Hello, everyone, and welcome to Introduction to Real Estate Technology for Realtors. So, let's dive right into our learning objectives and learning goal for the day. So, we're going to be learning about the main types of real estate technology. We're going to learn about the role technology plays in modern real estate, learn the key companies in the real estate industry, learn how technology will continue to change the industry moving forward, and our learning goal is to become familiar with real estate technology. So if you're not that familiar, well, that's what today's lesson's for. So let's check out that real estate landscape. So, going over the real estate landscape, we can see that real estate is often perceived as a very complex field that requires an immense amount of paperwork and time. And, yeah, that's true. There still is a lot of paperwork to fill out as a realtor. But, the introduction of technology in real estate has streamlined the process significantly. Real estate technology is essential for a myriad of reasons. It can reduce the amount of tedious work required, generate more business for you, and help your coworkers out. So, let's get started and dive right into some real estate technology. The first real estate technology we'll be looking at is the Bright MLS. Now, if you're a new realtor, you should become pretty familiar with the Bright MLS. It's called the Multiple Listing Service, and this is the website that every realtor should be well versed in. It is the essential real estate hub where you can manage your listings, pull comps, search for properties, and much more. The vast majority of properties are listed in the MLS. This is where all the key details of a home are entered and uploaded. It populates the home's information in key sites. Each property has what we call an MLS number, and you can see that right there. And you can take the MLS number of any property online and search key characteristics of a property. Follow along, go to brightmls.com, and let's give it a try. I'll go ahead and show you guys step by step just how to pull up a property on the MLS. Let's go, guys. All right, so let's dive in. In order to get an MLS number, you have to go to an appropriate site and see if they have it. So for example, let's say redfin.com or Zillow or your other main sites, right? So we're going to go and scroll down here at this property, and we're going to see that right here it shows we have an MLS number. So remember, every major property that's listed, the vast majority of properties do have an MLS number. So let's go and copy this right here. And then let's go to Bright MLS. So, Bright MLS, the first thing you can see is there's a search option right here, but it's already laid out for you, so you don't even have to click search unless you want to specify what you're searching. So if you're searching for a rental, you can do a residential lease. If you have a land you want to pull up, you can narrow it down that way. If you're in a commercial section, you can do that as well. But that's for more advanced types of properties. So if you're looking at your standard residential property, we can go ahead, paste it in here, and just click enter. And that's going to populate the characteristics of the home. It's going to tell you all the key details about the home. So it's going to tell you the type of ownership interest. It's going to tell you, does it have an HOA? How many floors, square feet? All of these essential information that you need as a realtor. Taxes and assessment, and so forth. So this is basically how you would go about just taking an MLS number, plugging it into the Bright MLS, and accessing all the key characteristics you need to give your client the best information possible. All right, now that you all are pretty well versed in Bright MLS, let's move on to Showing Time. So Showing Time is the leading tour booking service in real estate. Zillow has actually recently purchased Showing Time, and it is integrated into the Bright MLS. Now, using the MLS number in Bright, you can pull up the property and view the available showing times for a tour. It is best practice to give at least 30 minutes of space in between booking your tour. Showing time is a technology that makes it easy for both buy side and sell side agents. On the buy side, you can take your clients on more tours, and on the sell side, you can arrange more tours with the seller using showing time. So let's dive right in and see just how you go about scheduling a tour on showing time. All right, so just like we did before, we're going to go where it says search by MLS number here. We're going to paste it in, click enter. And the really cool thing about Showing Time is that it actually has integration into the Bright MLS. So if we hover down here where it says Showing Time, you just simply click it. It's going to open a new tab. You're going to scroll down here, and where it says Schedule Single Showing, you're going to go ahead and click that. So you click it, and you're like, whoa, what is all of this? So it's actually pretty simple. So you see all these black bars right here? these are actually people that blocked off appointment time. So these are people that realtors that might have submitted an appointment for their client, and these are people touring. So it was pretty busy today, right? We see that the whole day, it's a bunch of black bars. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., because you see the dates up here, Saturday. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., you see that there is a black bar right there. So that means that it's blocked off. It is busy. Someone is touring there. Now, it's common courtesy to give around 30 minutes between appointment scheduling, just so there's no overlap. So let's see 12 p.m. over here. All of these white spaces indicate that there's an opening for an appointment. So you as a realtor, if you have a client that really wants to tour this property, hey, guess what? You can schedule it tomorrow at 12. You just go ahead, click right there, and you're going to get all the details right here. You just fill out these simple prompts and you just request the appointment. That's going to go to the agent, they'll confirm it, and you just go ahead and bring your client there, and you are all done. Now, another way to tour a property these days is virtually. So, a great example of an emerging cutting edge technology is the 3D walkthrough. It is increasingly utilized in listings across the United States. Matterport is the main company and technology that is leading the 3D space in interactivity. Technologists are offering realtors low costs in order to map out a home using a 3D Matterport camera. These virtual tours bring great convenience to the consumer and make them more likely to want to visit the home in person. Honestly, if you see a 3D walkthrough from the convenience of your home, it's kind of hard just to go back and see pictures by themselves. So let's go dive in and see what a 3D walkthrough looks like. All right, so let's go ahead and see an example of a 3D walkthrough. Now, this is some really cutting edge, fascinating technology that consumers always rave about. So let's go ahead and dive in. You just click play right here. It's going to load up the home in 3D space. And again, this is powered by Matterport, and they are the leading technology company in the 3D space. So if we turn over here, we can actually see this whole house as if we're there. And you can click here and you can just keep going further into the house. You see these little white circles? These are actually touch points that the camera itself records. And it's a specialized camera from Matterport. So yeah, you can go ahead and keep clicking and turning around and seeing the different angles, going to all the different rooms. And yeah, this is an example of a 3D walkthrough that, again, is immensely helpful to the consumer. And yeah, it should be in every realtor's toolkit. And technologists do offer these technologies for quite a low cost, generally just a few $100s. So if you have a listing, it's a very good idea to get the 3D walkthrough set up. All right, so thus far we've looked at a few key technologies in real estate. We've looked at the Bright MLS, we've looked at showing time, and we've looked at, 3D walkthroughs. Now, the utilization of these technologies are done by a lot of companies, right? So we should get acclimated with what real estate technology companies are out there employing these technologies. So before we dive into that, let's go over some keywords that we're going to use in these company descriptions. So, first off, we have an iBuyer. So, what is an iBuyer in real estate? Now, we have companies that identify as an iBuyer, which essentially means they go ahead and they'll buy a property, primarily cash, and they will go ahead, renovate it, and resell it on the market. So, again, an iBuyer is essentially a company that will buy a property and resell it. And then you'll have leads. Leads are basically just potential customers. That's all. And a place where you can actually see a lot of these leads or potential customers is in a CRM, which is a relationship management software. Now, let's dive into some of these companies, right? So, Redfin. This company is a search engine, a full service brokerage, and an iBuyer all in one. That means search engine, you can essentially go type in a property and you can get a lot of the key characteristics just like you would on the Bright MLS. They actually have integration, and that's why a lot of the same information is on there. You'll have Zillow, which is also a search engine that competes with Redfin, but their primary focus isn't consumer oriented, it's actually towards realtors. They'll go ahead and sell leads for a cost. You have Open Door, and they are a pure iBuyer in the real estate industry, meaning they just buy homes, resell it. And then you have Compass, a traditional brokerage company that gives realtors a technology platform which integrates CRM software and lead management. So these are a lot of cutting edge real estate companies that you should be familiar with. And if you want, after this lesson, you can go ahead and research more about them and see what initiatives and new technologies are looking to roll out. All right, everyone, we are going to end this with how will technology continue to change real estate? And I fervently believe that technology will become increasingly simplified. There are companies such as Redfin that are already developing new features, such as a self tour. Instead of needing an agent, the consumer can download the app, go to Redfin property, and click a single button that opens the door. This would be unheard of, years ago because the concept is you need a realtor to go see a property. But as technology advances, we're going to see things get more streamlined, not only for the realtor, but for the consumer as well. You're going to see technology that will lead to increased traffic in homes, and the consumer will have increased access to view properties from the comfort of their own home. And we're already seeing that with virtual tours. There are companies that are offering FaceTime tours where the consumer can just kind of chill and the realtor will go out and FaceTime them. So a lot of these technologies have made seeing homes easier, and as a result, has actually caused the real estate market to flourish in many ways. So, I hope you all have enjoyed this overview of real estate technology, and how technology affects the real estate field in general. If you have any questions or any concerns or feedback or anything you'd like to share with me, you can feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And yeah, thank you all, and I hope you have a great day.